It was a typical Tuesday evening. Sarah was working late, catching up on emails while her husband, Mark, was in the living room, supposedly on a call with his colleague, David. She could hear his muffled voice, but didn't pay much attention until she needed to grab her charger from the living room. As she approached, she distinctly heard Mark say, "I miss you too." Sarah froze. "I miss you too." Who was he saying that to? David. That seemed unlikely. A wave of unease washed over her. She quickly grabbed her charger and retreated to her home office, her mind racing. She replayed the words in her head, trying to make sense of them. Was she overreacting? Maybe it was just a friendly goodbye, but the way he said it, it sounded so intimate. That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned, replaying the scene in her mind. She tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was a wrong number. Maybe he was practicing a scene for an amateur play. But deep down, she knew something was off. The next morning, she decided to subtly investigate. She casually asked Mark about his call with David. He seemed normal, recounting details about their project discussion. But Sarah couldn't shake off the feeling that he was hiding something. Days turned into weeks, and Sarah found herself constantly on edge. She noticed Mark was more secretive with his phone, often taking calls in another room. He started working late more often and seemed distant. Sarah's anxiety grew. She considered confronting him directly, but she was afraid of what she might find out. One evening, while Mark was in the shower, Sarah's curiosity got the better of her. She knew she shouldn't, but she couldn't resist. She picked up his phone. It was password protected, but then she remembered his birthday. To her horror, it unlocked. She went to his call history and saw a number she didn't recognize, listed multiple times, often at odd hours. She checked his messages. They were all deleted. Sarah felt a knot tighten in her stomach. She quickly closed the phone and put it back exactly as she had found it. When Mark came out of the shower, she acted as if nothing had happened. But inside, she was crumbling. She knew she couldn't ignore it any longer. She needed to know the truth. That night, after dinner, Sarah sat Mark down. She started slowly, telling him how she'd been feeling distant lately. He listened patiently, but she could sense a tension in his body. Finally, she blurted it out. "I overheard you on the phone, saying I miss you too. Who were you talking to?" Mark's face paled. He hesitated, stammered, and then finally confessed. It was an old college friend, someone he had reconnected with recently. He insisted it was just a friendship, but Sarah could see the guilt in his eyes. The truth was out, but the explanation didn't solve everything. Even after Mark confessed, the question of the depth of his friendship lingered, leaving Sarah with unanswered questions. His reluctance to initially admit the truth suggested that there may have been more to the story. What was the nature of their previous relationship in college? Why did he feel the need to hide it from Sarah? The incident uncovered a level of secrecy that has left Sarah wondering if she truly knows her husband. Perhaps further investigation is needed to uncover the full extent of the truth. If you want to see more stories like this one, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.